Hello, important people. Trust you guys are cool, right? Welcome back to my channel. We're back like we never did, guys. Please don't fail to engage this video as expected, okay? Hit the notification bell, subscribe, like, share, comment. So when the gist is cooking, definitely it will be brought to your doorstep. Don't leave it there. Always tune in and stay tuned, guys. Let's quickly download the gist. Yes, the diary session of the housemates, that of Jackson, Koyin, Isabella. Like, we have been looking forward for this diary session for long. Let's hop into that of Jackson. Okay guys, Jackson was like a bit emotional of Sultana thingy, Sultana trust, in as much as he said his own word was like, he said like, had it been, yeah, it was him that he would have picked Sultana. You can see how it's easy for them to make choice whilst they are not wearing the shoes of other. Had it been it was him, he would have picked Sultana or baby, because that was the time he wanted to, like Daddy was telling him to win the HOH blah 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 to save her. But at that time he hasn't connected fully with Sultana, but as time goes he started connecting. I was like no, and he was left in the decision of not picking anybody when he became the HOH. So that was why he made such decision, because of what they said. But I think this is downing on him. He's thinking back and front about the whole thing. Am I be fair to this girl? Have I be fair to this girl? Because it's downing on him. And people that was like, Adibi, you are on his shoes, will you do the same? And he felt like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't say that I would do the same, because imagine hearing the side stories of everybody, knowing the reason why they would that she should save them. You know, it could be a compelling one. So I think that she is fair enough. But in as much as she made a decision, who, you know, knowing Sultana for who she is, will Sultana be able to stand the heat when he's not around? He was the kind of sounding emotional about, like, he cares about the girl. So I was like, this is my first time of hearing him speak good about Sultana in a kind of emotional way. Yeah, it was like, is Sultana a people's people? Yeah, so the aspect of her choosing or making it feel like he felt like she is not going to, you know, stand the heat, or maybe she cannot even be able to, that she will miss him so much. That is what he's trying to say. But anyway, but he understand, he wasn't that angry, but he felt a kind of way that he would not lie. But guys, I was like, even when he was asked about who did he felt like, whose division, you know, shocked him, he said, yeah, that of Tom. In fact, that he said he means culture a lot, that he's his close person in the house, blah blah blah. He said a lot about culture. And that of Joanna is the life of the party. In fact, these two people, and that of course Thelma, they had a lot to talk about Thelma, because they see her as a more competitive housemate so far. So he said these people, more especially culture, because he's his close person, and people that asked him who he felt like would have left before the people that was evicted, and he said, oh yeah, he felt Kaybobobbnaija would have left instead. Like, that is what he felt like, you know. But talking about Kaybobobbnaija, and he used to think about himself also being here up to this time, and I think he's not doing too much because he has lost his age years as a competitor in the arena. So I don't think he's doing too much, that he's living here by the grace of God, and he hoped that he will be safe this week. I was like, oh, that's the thought of you. So guys, you felt like his decision, how the way he felt, is it acceptable or is it normal for him to feel this way? And the way he's going emotional, talking about Sultana, how he felt like it's fair enough. Had it been he was in her shoes, maybe probably she might take him, you know. But he keeps saying that I would have saved her. Yeah, that is more reason why he brought the convo between him and Dede. So guys, you felt like if it happens to be him to be on Sultana's shoes, will he choose her? That is my take. But I felt like it might be two-sided, you never know. But I felt like the way he has been going lately, I think the decision Sultana made was fair. So, and I've been longing to hear his own decision, but fair enough, it's okay for them to vent in as much as the relationship they have with Sultana is normal. But to take it to an extreme, that is what I would say is a no-no for me. Taking it to an extreme, making it seems like, oh yeah, she can own up, or what she did wasn't fair, like making it seems like had it been, or it makes it look like they are not wearing her shoe because of, you know, making a statement just because they didn't see it in her own perspective. That's what I felt though. How do you feel about his own take? Can I see your take? Immediately big brother called Isabella, because these are the two people I'm looking forward for. And she spilled, and mind you, Jackson speak good about Mensah for winning because they only called him the child of grace. You know, they always see him as a competitor, even not the winner self. Alright guys, this is what big brother asked Isabella. Isabella felt okay. She said she felt okay, she's looking good, but I think she is lying to herself. So the aspect of who of the housemates vision that shocked her the most, she made mention of Thelma, that Thelma shocked her, in as much as they don't see eye to eye, but that she felt like she put her best and she should have made it to the finals, but all the same it happens. And who would have left? She made mention of Mide, because of Mide was in a show since 1 to 2 weeks, and now because of some part of reason, and I think that she really picks up, she braced herself, she started coming up and becoming the loudest of them also. That she felt is Mide would have left. And then as much as they are calling the people that would have left, the housemate that is safe, that would have left before the evictee, and they keep talking about their good side, how they praise up themselves, how they pick up. So that got me talking. I was like, does it look like they are a weak link to them? But anyway, since they're talking about good side of them, that means that they felt like, okay, I understand they applied though, they have made their points. So she was asked about Sultana's situationship, the HOA. She said she's cool, yeah, she's doing her best, yeah. Like people asked her decision, how does it make her feel? She felt like she had to vent her mind. That is when I know. She said she's not cool with her, she's not happy. She felt like a friend needs to be loyal to a friend. That was what she said. I was like, Isabella, speak your truth. Had it been your own her shoes, will you do the same? Now, wow, for people, it's easy for people to say what they can see themselves doing. Yeah, that is what I felt. But in as much as what she said, she's okay, she's right to vent, but the way she's going about it make me feel the kind of, well, why do I say that? Why did I say that? Because she said, yeah, she was her, she would have saved her, blah blah blah. People now said, okay, imagine Keiko made the picture and her, who would you have saved? And she was like, yeah, because I don't trust the man, I would have saved her, because when a man breaks your heart, I'm an emotional person. When a man breaks your heart, your friends will always be there to console you. I was like, it's easier say that done. That is what I felt like. So what do you feel about what she said? Do you feel like what she said was supposed to? Because she said she's feeling okay, but in as much as she don't want to, that in fact she don't think she's going to forgive her based on what, because the way she takes Sultana makes her felt like many things that happen is not being her real self, blah 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 and all that, and she don't think she's gonna forgive her after the show. Then they will know what to go about it. But now that she just avoiding being close, and people that even asked her, trying to make her series for why she is young, boy, she was out of the box though, but Biggie asked her some questions that would have bring her back to her normal senses, but she failed to see that though. But she's still angry about the whole thing. People that even asked her, oh yeah, oh really, so how many friends does Sultana have in the house? She made mention of herself and Jackson, but I think the reason why she made the choice is because she don't want to choose me over Jackson. So that's good and fair enough, but I'm not happy, I won't lie, blah blah blah. And afterwards he had to spill about Mensah, because people that asked her how she felt about Mensah being the most influential, how it was, how he made it to the finals. He was so happy for Mensah, and that Mensah is his G, blah blah blah. Said a lot about Mensah. But guys, do you think her race so Sultana was cool? Can I see your take, regards that? Because me, I'm not finding it very funny, because what I meant is that at times words is easier said than done. So them not being in her shoes, so it may seem a kind of way. I didn't say it's not good for her to vent to, but the way she's taking it seems awful. And this is the person that was like, but they're in talking times, like anyway, that was what she said. They're in talking time, but she don't want that compatibility anymore. Do you feel like what she still will still stand. Let's see how it moves, because we know that is how she has been moving with Kayikumi. When Kayikumi was in the house, she also said, "I won't talk to him." But after, she finally find herself talking to her. Guys, please make una judge this matter. Make una put mouth for this matter, because I'm as stuck as F. Anyway, guys, let's move over to Koyin. Koyin, the session was very calm and collected. He spilled away. He's cool, looking good, and all that. And he was asked about the eviction that took place on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, the eviction that took place on Saturday and Sunday. He was like, no eviction shocked me as a came, for the fact that the area that shocked him the most was the way they came on Saturday, carry on the eviction. That was the most shocking one for him. My big brother, please don't carry another shocking one, you know, stuff like that. And the housemate that he felt like would have left in place of the other ones was Zita, because Damboskid, he felt like Damboskid is his really strategist. But ever since Damboskid left, he has been trying to, you know, for the fact that they keep talking about their weak side at the same time, trying to talk about how they have been, you know, moved from their shell to become, you know, enlightened in the house. So I was like, does it mean? But I think they are trying to make a point that they felt like she was a weakling, but at the time she now braised up, though. That is what they felt like they meant, because they were like, when Damboskid left, Damboskid was her all her own, but Damboskid leaving, he felt like he's gonna be, you know, quiet and all that. Boys, she still find her, you know, her way by, you know, trying to make friends with people. And he was even asked about the hatred. He really spilled good about Sultana without being asked. He even said the decision Sultana made was cool and collected, that he was really happy because ever since he has been in the show, nobody have saved him, no immunity, nothing. So he really liked it, that he felt like she would save Jackson. But for the fact that she, you know, she made it this fair thing, that is normal for, and that's cool. And spill about Mesa, that Mesa is very fortunate. It's great spill for him. Yeah, Mide the recession, like she didn't beat about the bush. You know, she made mention of the emission that shocked her the most. Was, she said if that of Doris was shocked her, then nobody else. But she made mention of Thelma being competitive a lot, that because Thelma and Bright, we all know how Bright is towards her. So like they have shared many things. And that of Joanna, she made mention of Joanna, but you see these two, Bright and Thelma, she speak a lot about Thelma competitiveness and how she's up and doing the arena and stuff like that. She's always giving back to me. So that's what Thelma unshocked her. And you know, the housemate that would have been placed that would have, you know, be evicted, the housemate that she felt like would have left before the evicted housemate, or like she felt like somebody like Isabella and Jackson, maybe because she wasn't close to them. So, and it's Sultana's decision of not picking anybody was like a kind of coming off being a neutral person, a better person. That she didn't say she's a bad person, but the way she pictured her to be then wasn't what she's portraying. Her regime was fair, not hard on anybody. Her regime was okay. That was what she spilled. I was like, hey, many people really in support of what Sultana did, except the people who are victims, the victims in it. They weren't happy about it. In as much as Jackson had been having a conversation with Sultana before he was called for the diary section, but you know, they started talking. I think they are talking it out, or maybe I don't know, because camera didn't show them when they were discussing. But I know they will get to know really, because Sultana said, I'm not ready to, you know, have any conversation regards as my decision. So let's see how things play out. So that was what Mide said, and you felt like she made a good statement for me. She did it. Kudos to her. And that of Kola was emotional. Also, you know, Kola was a kind of, you know, he said what he felt bad about the victim, more especially that of Thelma, got him, and Bright is his close friend in the house. Like they have like a brother thinking, and spill about the brother's birthday though. Speak about the evictee and that really gets to him, that he will not lie. Body housemate that would have left in place of the others, like would have left before. That he felt that would have left a Zeta. But the fact that the Zeta brings up and she is the only HOH that have made it twice, okay, as a HOH, so that he felt like Zeta is doing very well. So that this is the person that he didn't see coming, because he felt like after the Buski, this, that, and that she would have gone to her shop. But she's very, intelligent, said a lot about her good side about Zita. And for Sultana's decision, that he was not surprised about that, because he felt like that is what a fair person needs to do in terms of decision making, that he felt like that is what she needs to do. So he wasn't so surprised about Sultana's decision, because had he was there, maybe he would have done same thing too. So he went emotional talking about the brother's birthday and what he has been doing that has been keeping him lately. Like, he didn't feel like he's doing enough to might have been here till this day. Well, anyway, but thank God that he's here. But he come up, people that asked him the whole thing, how he felt when he wasn't around. He felt like they really missed all of them feel they really missed his voice, because when he wasn't around, Mide was like, yeah, that time, your decision making time during our wager, we really miss your verdicts, stuff like that. Yeah, but in all, conclusively, they had a lot to talk about. Sultana accepted to a victim that felt emotional. So guys, what do you have to say regarding this diary section? What are your take? Reading from the beginning to the end, can I see your take? Bring it coming, because it's quite intriguing and funny. In as much as we have been looking forward to know what is their mind, because we know diary session is the only time they had to speak their mind, and they spill it all out for us to hear. This is how it goes. So I thought it wise to bring this so you get to know what is happening with this one's minds. Okay guys, bring your take on me while I hang up to see my next video. Bye for now.